I mean, yesterday, Tom, I'm sure you've heard this, Chris Matthews, here's cut 7, literally comparing Soleimani to Princess Diana and Elvis Presley. You'd think, I mean, honest to goodness, I feel like normally I think I'm having a stroke when I hear Chris Matthews say something like this.
You know, when some people die, you don't know what the impact's going to be. When Princess Diana died, for example, there was a huge emotional outpouring. These kinds of Elvis Presley in our culture.
I mean,
it turns out that this
people are paying attention to the AP. They're paying attention to MSNBC. They're listening to these people.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with what Chris Matthews said, although I don't remember Princess Diana ever beheading anybody.
Not that I know of. I mean,
maybe we missed that part.
Maybe things were going on at Graceland. Maybe Elvis was engaged in some real bad things in the backyard there with, kidnapping and torturing and beheading people, or putting up roadside bombs in Memphis. Good Lord. I mean, and again, I just think people are numb to it. Thank goodness for people like you, a network executive who pushes back at the AP and says, wait a minute, what are you doing? If you're just joining us, we're with Tom Tradup, Vice President of Programming and News here at the Salem Radio Network. So the inevitable question, and I'm already getting people wanting me to ask you this on our MyPillow text line at 800-655-MIKE. They say, if the AP is so bad, why do we keep using them?
Well, and I referred to that in our opening exchange. You really don't have the option. We could cancel the Associated Press. It's like somebody canceling their subscription to the New York Times or not watching MSNBC. I mean, the other night, MSNBC was running Iran State TV, which said 20 or 30 American soldiers had been killed, and they were quoting that on MSNBC as a fact. And, of course, you can imagine service families all over the country, the pain that inflicted on them for what was a totally false report.
Correct.
But they are the only service nationwide. When a plane goes down in Kuala Lumpur with Americans on it, or if this horrible situation in Australia with the fires that are threatening kangaroos and koalas and all the wildlife there, we need people on the ground covering things, and then it's up to us to filter it at our end through the deflavorizer to squeeze out all of the leftist bias at the AP and to just present the facts.
Well, I'm grateful, honestly. I'm truly thankful for your efforts, and this isn't an isolated thing. I mean, you call them out on a regular basis, and it seems clear to me from the editor's response to your note that they are listening to you, that they're paying attention, so you're making a difference. And on behalf of our audience, I just want you to know how much we appreciate you doing that, because somebody needs to.
Thank you, Mike. Well, you're the one who fights the good fight every day. And believe me, you've got the platform and you've got the listeners, and you just keep up what you're doing.
Thanks, Tom. Pretty well. People like you at our core, you got my back. As long as I got the Tom Tradups of the world watching my back, I can't go wrong.